welcome to Conquering Mouse Cat Corner with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're here with another episode of Mini Monday. Yes, it's Mini Monday, and we have a cute one called Meeting at Geese Corner. Now, we played around with this block for a bit, and we decided, okay, we're going to have some fun with it. And it's just a little cutie patootie block, and it's an asymmetrical block. So there's all sorts of different potential layouts that you can do with this block and have some fun with it. Now, before we get any further on this, there's going to be all the cutting instructions are going to be in the show notes. It's very important to get into those show notes if you want to do this block, because this one works out really quick and really easy. Well, let's do our shout outs. The first one is William Sews, and the second one is Kristen at Scrap Fabric Love. Now, both of these guys are working really hard, coming up with some fun content for you guys to see. And you know, I've been subscribed there myself for a while, and it's interesting to see the lovely way they look at quilting and how they put their colors together. And yeah, we just have so much fun looking at other quilters. So you guys check them out, and if you like what you see, tell them that Brenda from Conquering Mouse Scrapmore sent you, of course, and you know, hit their subscribe button and everything else. So now there's so many things we've got in those show notes. First off is our Facebook group. We have a virtual sewing room hosted by Discord. It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they have so much fun in there. And there's groups of them that hang out together. It's a lot of fun. We also have lots of fun community chats and fabric exchanges by countries. The admins say, please agree to the rules, please answer the questions, otherwise I can't let you in. Even if you've been invited by somebody else, right? They cannot let you in because they need to make sure that you understand there are rules in there, right? So, also I speak for free to quilting guilds, to quilting groups, about and like I say, if you're over Zoom, and if you're looking for a speaker for your group and you want to do it over Zoom, I can certainly accommodate you the best I can. I was working on a second presentation, but I decided I would abandon it. It wasn't working for me, and I don't have the time. I'm busy. Life here is busy. You know, it's crazy with grandkids and sewing and everything else. So yes, if you're looking for somebody to speak, I'll be happy to do that for you. The email address is under the About tab. Message me through the Facebook group. Also, if you guys have shout outs, if you find somebody that's a quilting channel that's working hard and having fun and just comes with a different perspective, let me know. I'd be happy to add them to our shout out list. Just don't tell them that they're being added, okay? Now, we have 2 collaborations going on right now through the spring, summer, and fall. The first one is Quilter's Challenge with Kelly from Kelly's Quilts Plus, Sam Alberts, Deb with Sewing with Debbie, Michelle from Bits and Pieces, Kelly from Silly Moon Quilting, Future Cat from New Zealand, and myself. Now, our quilting challenge is a theme, and what does that theme mean to you? And I am so delighted to see all the fun stuff that's coming out of those things. Not only are we challenging each other, we're challenging our viewers. So we're getting some really cool ideas out of these themes, right? So the second one is Back to Basics, and that Donna from Handmade by Ying with Donna has organized a bunch of YouTubers to do basic videos for beginners, and we're teaching beginners how to do things, all sorts of different skills. So I've done three in total I was doing. And yes, we just had a lot of fun with that. And it's really good to rewatch some of this sometimes if you've been a quilter for a while, because sometimes, like I know myself, I've picked up some bad habits, and yeah, I probably need to correct those habits. And you know, these are people that have been quilting for a while, and they're going to give you some really great ideas on how to correct and adjust that. Our next sew along here is, or the one that's underway right now, is Happy Scrappy Overflow, and we're having a lot of fun in there. And right after Happy Scrappy Overflow, disappearing pinwheel will come up, and I'll show you guys how to make this quilt. And this is many people have requested this, and it's such a fun quilt to make, and it's I call it a weekender quilt, but I will break it up over a week so you guys get a good grip or handle on what I'm doing with this quilt. And like I say, our Zoom sew dates are the first Saturday of every month. First Saturday of the month, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, because I'm in Alberta, Canada, and we just have a blast. We have a blast in those show dates. I always pick something fun and easy so I can, talk and chat with everybody. And I do try to talk to everybody and get, find out what everybody else is working on. And if you really want to help us out and make comments, do the thumbs up, share, like, subscribe, hype. Hype is important. Hitting the bell so you don't miss content. All of those things help drive our analytics so we can continue bringing you 3 fun, free patterns each week. Try saying that fast. It's like, wow. Anyways, I think we're good. Come on in. Let's get to the sewing of Meeting at Geese Corner. Okay, here we are at the sewing machine, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do our quarter square triangles. Yes, they are considered the hard bits. Well, they're not really that hard, but I mean, I decided to pick the traditional method because I have a bunch of little stuff that I needed to be used up. So I'm just going to run them through. Yeah, there is probably a faster way of doing this, but like I say, I decided, okay, we're just going to do it this way. And this way. Here. Oops. There we go. Gotta get that line all lined up. So now, as you start doing them, oops, and cut off those dreaded dog ears, and you want to press to the dark. So you want to press to the dark. So this goes this way, this goes that way. And here we go. And now we run this through. And we should have a 2-inch press to the dark. Oops. One that's going to be a 2-inch press to the dark. Hang on. Hang on, I can't talk and do this at the same time. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So here we go. There, now I'm going to trim off all the dog ears while we're here, because there's 4 of them now on every block that we did. Oops, hang on there, get that. And get this. Now I trim mine a little bit deeper, and I also pop that center, because that center is not popping because I've got that. There we go. There. It just pops open because it works just great that way. It's just perfect. Now, we got 2 different grays here, so we want that gray to show up there. Oh, we got another one here. Let's do the other ones, the ones with the dark pink in them. Okay, here we go. Line that up just like so. Line that up. Again, yeah, we got 2 different ones. So, and this is such a, when I first saw this block, I thought, ooh, what a pretty block. And then it was like, okay, it's all these little pieces. Yes, it's fiddly. Perfect for using up your smaller scraps, right? Because especially if you have, stuff like this laying around. Hang on, I'll get the center. There we go. And now we're just going to pop this open, just like so. And of course it doesn't want to pop because we're on camera. It's going, I don't want to pop. I don't want to pop right now. There we go. Just take another quick snip. And, okay, there we go. Now I'm going to put that gray. There's a particular tone of gray that goes in with the middle bits. And there we go. Line the next one up. And the next one up. And once we get all these done, then we've got to start doing something else. Okay. Now, press to the dark. And my dark is the dark gray. That's where I'm pressing to, even though the red or the pink is probably darker. There we go. And just line that up. Get it under. I like doing quarter square triangles the other way, where you cut them and you cut them and you cut them in half and all that stuff. Much easier. Much easier. Okay, so now line that all up. Get that all nested nice and tight. Get rid of that little center chain. There we go. And again with the dog ears, get all those off. And oops, let's get this off too. Here. There we go. And now these are going to pop open really nice and easy because there you go. Nice. And again, that gray goes, particular gray goes towards the center. And now, next up, like I say, there's really no hard bits in this block. It's just a lot of little piecing that you do. And you could rescale this. These are all, like the squares are 2-inch blocks, right? So these are 2-inch blocks. These end up unfinished at 2-inch, so finish at 1.5 inches, right? So I'm making a 6-inch finished block. But yeah, they're just, okay, let's get that little bit done. All right. Oops. Okay, that goes that way. So now the next hard bit, it's not really a hard bit, but let's get these done. Oh, I'll get all of that off of here. Here. And we'll run through all our half square triangles, because that technically is the next hard bit, which isn't, like I say, it's not a hard bit. Okay. And this is what forms that goose block here. It's kind of a cool way of doing things, but anyways. Okay, let's get all this trimmed, get all the dog ears off this before we start the next bit. And like I say, press to the dark. Press to the dark. Now this goes out just like so, right? Yes. Now that, if you're ever looking at an asymmetrical block and you can't figure out, go like this, and this is the mirror, so now they have to match, right? The sides have to match. So that's the easiest way to do these blocks, especially when they mirror together like this, because otherwise you'll get confused, right? So there, and we'll get the next 3. Okay. Get the next 3. There we go. And now the red, or the dark pink, the really dark pink, is the mirror. Oops. Nope, it goes like this. Here we go. And there we go. Line that up. Get it nice and lined up. It doesn't want to line up sometimes. And the dark pink and the light gray. There, get all those dog. If you don't like trimming dog ears, this is not the block for you. And I trim my dog ears a little deep, so they're definitely more. They are definitely more of the, there we go, like that. Okay. There's less fabric there, so what happens is you end up with less bulk in your joints. Oops, I just took that all apart. Oh no. There we go. And pull that way out. And last but not least, get the last dog ear done. Okay, so after all that dog ear stuff, you end up with a block that's going to look like this. And something looks wrong. Something looks very wrong right now. So this looks wrong. This does look wrong. It's supposed to go like that. And it's supposed to go like that. There we go. See? There. That's what that block's supposed to look like. Okay, so because they're now 4 by 4, we can just simply go through and match them and web them together. So basically you take one row, you start at this side, and you push this over on top, right? And you make your rows, and then you work, or make your columns first, and then your rows. And what happens is the easiest way to put together this block. There we go. Just like that, and then you pull this out. And you give that extra thread a big... Now, you lay this back out, all nice and neat, to make sure you haven't messed anything up and twisted something, because this, you want to find the twisting now, if you were going to do this. So, everything looks symmetrical, so now you take your next column. Okay. Okay, next one up is this. There we go. And this here. Yeah, this is a block you could, you know, if you weren't careful about where you place stuff, this would make a difficult, this would be a difficult block. But if you're doing scrappy, right? And as long as you got your dark mediums and your lights working in the right spot, you shouldn't really have too much problem. Okay, again, oops, lost my foot. Okay, there we go, pull that out, just like so. And now we're going to push this out, just to make sure everything is still symmetrical. Yes, it is. So again, we start at the top of your column, and there we go, line it up. Take your time lining them up, because you don't want to be short lining them up. Here we go. Here. And now we do the 3. We turn them just like this. And now we start doing, oops, the other way. So we want to make sure that's still asymmetrical. The block is going the right way. And yes, it is. So now we just turn this. Now we decide, okay, which way is this going to go? This is probably going to go just like this. So I want to go with the seams going up first. Oops, let me come on. And I just want to make sure all of this, the top seams go up, the bottom seams go down, right? So we get some good nesting going on. And there we go. There. Oops, I'm whistling. See, I caught myself whistling. I am not able to do that most days. I must be having a good day. I truly try not to whistle, but yeah, I'm not the best at this. So with this now, this is gonna go, because this is the next row. These rows are going to go, now let me just clip these apart. Okay, these rows are going to go down and the underneath is going to go up. So So they're going in opposite directions, so we'll get a really lovely nesting effects going on, and we'll get nice tight joints. And that's exactly what we need for this block. Kind of have it come together and look perfect. There we go. Now, again, and the last bit of sewing. Hooray, hooray. And there we go. Now the last bit. Okay. This goes up. Just a sec. This goes up. Hang on. Ugh. Come on. Okay. The top goes up and the bottom goes down. Top goes up. Oops. Okay, push, 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 push. And there we go. Perfect. Now, let's see what we got. I'll show you the back, because this is a good time to show you the back. So every second one, this goes up, that goes down, this goes up, that goes down. Like, this will press. I will press it that way to ensure that that happens. And this way we're going to have a nice block that lies nice and flat. Now these blocks that go, the lines where the seams go this way, I would press them out. And I would put this one, whichever way it's going to lie easiest, probably this way, it's going to lie the easiest, right? So yeah, try and press them so that they lie flat. Sometimes when you've got a lot of seams or a lot of fabric coming into the corner, like here, you know, and here, you know, these spots here, sometimes you're better off just, okay, press it and hope it lays flat. But this is what it's going to look like. So let's get to our ta-da moment. Okay, so here we go. So this is kind of a play on the, I guess it would be the Idaho Star with the 4 quarter square triangle blocks, but this one is just kind of a fun, cute way to make something different. Like, we play around with these blocks, and if we play around with them long enough, we do end up with something different, right? So here again is another asymmetrical block that you can have and play with, and you could do all sorts of fun stuff with it. Now, remember, this works on dark, medium, and lights, right? And we changed around to the lights so that we knew which way to point everything, and we played around with, you know, this, and we played around with that. It works. It all works. You could do this block scrappy too, and it would work as long as your dark, mediums, and lights are all in the right spot, right? And if you wanted to do these little quarter square triangles the traditional way, or the you know, the fast way, do 2 at a time or 4 at a time, you could do that too. I didn't want to play that because I was working with these dark pink, so I thought, okay, we better not play around too much. Okay, so anyways, I do hope you're giving these a try. This is a fun, cool layout too, to come up with some different designs, or you could use it on a corner of a bigger block and just have this go, you know, these kind of, you know, flying geese go all the way around and come back up again. It's a fun way of playing with your fabric and doing stuff. So anyways, I hope you're staying well and everything in your life is going great. And yeah, life is treating you very gently. So you guys take care and stay well until we see each other again. Okay, bye! My husband and I would like to thank you for all of your support and watching our videos and sharing and liking. It has just been, you've put us on such an amazing journey, and we are having so much fun. I hope everything is going so well in your life, and you know, your 1/4 inch is perfect. Everything is working out for you. And we're just so happy to be part of your life, and you having, like I say, you're watching us. I was just so thrilled that you're doing that. So I want to say goodbye, and I want to thank you with all my heart. Okay? Take care. Bye.